wah, wah. Wow, hey, we're starting up this show, everybody. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your host, Jacob McFadden, as you all know. Thank you for coming out. Packed audience tonight, just to the gills in here. And I would appreciate everyone coming out. It is the worst time of the year, the absolute worst. It is dark when you leave in the morning, and it's dark when you come home. I know, I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm so tired. When I was younger, I used to like, there are people who claim this is their favorite time of the year, and I have no time for them anymore. Like, when I was younger, I used to love a chick who said, like, this is my favorite time of the year, because depressed girls with no self-esteem will let you do anything to them. But I'm married now, so that's not as appealing to me. Wow. Hey, is this thing on, everybody? Wow, packed house. Packed house. All right. The only positive this time of year is I love women's coats. I like women in their coats in wintertime. I grew up with like cell phone games with gotcha mechanics, you know? So when I was a younger guy, I'd flirt with a girl for a little while this time of year. And I'd get to take her home and it'd be like, ooh, what's gonna happen? Is this gonna be like a common 1-star draw? Or am I gonna get like a 4-star rare smoke show underneath this coat? Or is it just gonna be a big boxy bitch with big nipples under a big boxy coat? Who knows? That's the fun of playing the game, guys. That's why we log in every day. All right, let's get to the big news of the day. Epstein, they got him. They got him. Finally, the truth will come out. They revealed Epstein. Congress voted, they're gonna release all the files. And isn't it interesting that Ben Pierce isn't here tonight? I'm just saying, he's normally the first one here. Where is he tonight? That's actually not fair. Ben Pierce would resent that implication, because that's implying that Ben Pierce is a pedophile of the bourgeoisie. And we all know that Ben Pierce is a pedophile of the proletariat. He's a working man's pedophile. He doesn't get his underage children from expensive brokers. He gets them off the playground like the working man. Oh, that's not what I wanted to say. I wanted to say, so one of the fallouts, I was seeing a bunch of coverage of like what the fallout from the Epstein stuff has already been, and one of the things I saw was that there was a list that was compiled, and it said that we're no longer allowed to call him Prince Andrew. Well, excuse me, 1776, motherfuckers. We didn't fight to abolish the monarchy just so some king could tell me whether or not I could call another man, Prince. In the name of George Washington and everything this country stands for, I will still call Andrew His Royal Majesty the Prince. I don't give a fuck if he whatever. I wasn't really that into it, if that's not clear. It's this time of year, guys. Speaking of our founding, Thanksgiving's coming up. The great thing about having kids with holidays is you can just make up stuff and tell it to them. So I spent the past month and a half telling my son that Thanksgiving is a holiday when Ben Franklin comes and gives us new keys. And he started repeating that at daycare. So now I feel backed into a corner. I feel like I gotta do something for Thanksgiving now. And the problem is, actually Silver and I, we know like the #1 local Ben Franklin impersonator, but he got taken down during Me Too, so that does make me feel like I could probably get him for pretty cheap if I wanted to come get some new keys to my son, but at the same time, apparently Congress can just vote to release all my emails with him, so I don't feel that confident trying to score myself a good deal. All right, that's a Ray Bullock joke. I have kids, as everyone here knows. I got talked into a thing called peaceful parenting. And you guys know what peaceful parenting is, also called gentle parenting. It's this parenting trend where people like me who got hit as they were children decided that they would never, ever, ever do that to their own children. And so they get really involved in that. They get passionate about it. They tell everyone about it, especially their parents who hit them, that they will never hit their own children because hitting a child is wrong. And then the child gets to like 2 or 3 and you're like, this kid could use a fucking smack. But you can't. Because if you do it, that means your fucking dad was right all this time. You can't let that happen. All right? Got more laughs out of people diddling kids than I did out of me hitting my own children, so that's good. That's good for everybody. Boy, I'm blowing through all this stuff. My wife and I got in a big fight today, you know, as a girl dad. Okay, I'm a girl dad. As a girl dad. My wife was mad at me. She's like, hey, you have like a double standard between, you know, the boys and our yet-to-be-born daughter. And I'm like, yeah, I do. Classic women, always trying to take other women down a peg, you know? She's like, you got to treat them the same. And I'm like, I don't have to treat them the same. So, like, we got in a fight because sometimes I'll talk about my kids in the future, and I'm like, hey, you know, there's Howie with his, his wife and his, like, 6 kids. My wife's always like, I don't like that. And then she made one crack about my daughter having kids, and I was like, ew, shut the fuck up, I'll hit you. Don't ever say that again. My daughter's perfect. She'll never be with a man. Or a woman. Or anyone. She's like, that's not fair, that's a double standard. Which is true. But, this is going to seem like a tangent. There's a man named Rabbi Shmuley Bilduck who sometimes goes on the news. And you could tell whether the person likes Rabbi Shmuley when they bring him on their show by how they introduce him. They'll either say he's a faith leader, or they'll say he's the chairman of Kosher Sex, a sex toy company he runs with his daughter. I don't think it's anti-Semitic to say that's a little weird to run a sex toy store with your daughter. Because here's the thing about running a business with somebody. Let's say me and my daughter, we had like an ice cream business. And we have vanilla, we use vanilla in our products. And then someone comes in and says, hey, I have a cheaper, better tasting vanilla. We'd like you to switch to us as a supplier. Well, my daughter and I, we'd have to get some of the new vanilla and sit down and try it. And then compare notes and say, is this the product we want to represent our brand? And he runs a sex toy business with his daughter, so it's a lot of, I don't want to, rely on any stereotypes, but I don't think the rabbi is just willy-nilly signing any contracts. He's probably going to do his due diligence, which in this case would be his daughter's pussy, everybody. I mean, you get what I'm saying here. That's the problem with this business. Anyways, I told my wife about that, and I said, so what would you rather? I run that business with my daughter or with my son? She went, my son. I was like, there you go, that's a double standard right there. You should go gross to both. You shouldn't have an immediate answer, but you're right, it would be way weirder for me to run a sex toy business with my daughter than with my son. And I'm still the only comic that likes Jews in the city. That one is just weird. All right, what else do I have here? I'll finish with this. I don't know if you guys saw James Bond. James Bond films were recently, Amazon acquired all the James Bond films. They're now in the James Bond business, and they have a big platform, a lot of people on it. So one of the things they did is they removed all the guns from the movie posters when they put it on the service, because they said that, people are browsing Amazon and they shouldn't be exposed to gun violence. In this day and age, it's be a lot to just throw at somebody if they're not expecting it. So they shouldn't be exposed to gun violence as they browse a library of films including Live and Let Die, The Man with a Golden Gun, From a View to a Kill, A License to Kill, Die Another Day. You would hate to be exposed to gun violence as you browse those titles. But it's okay, because they removed the guns from the poster. So anyone who browses one of the 32 films in the catalog can hit play and watch a fun movie where in the first 30 seconds of the title card, the protagonist shoots you in the face.
You missed Octopussy.
I didn't miss Octopussy. I'm a girl dad, and I don't think those jokes are funny. All right, we're going to finish with me on that. We're going to get this thing going tonight, guys. It's funny, on such a sold-out night, a night is standing room only, really. It's going to be shoulder to shoulder as I try to get off the stage here. On a night like tonight, we actually have one of the best lineups of performers we've had in a long time, and we're going to start off with a man. I'm not going to say that. That's a bad intro. We are going to start off with Will Miner, who is a good guy, who has never harmed anybody, and has never been implicated in any email releases, no matter what Thomas Massey says. Everybody, put your hands together for Will Miner.
Keep it going for Jacob, everybody! He is a girl dad! Oh my goodness, he's a girl dad. Oh my gosh, the Rabbi Shmuley of Richmond comedy, everybody. Jacob McFadden, come on. He's out there, hard-working father, hucking those butt plugs. Come on, keep it going for him. Also, I want to point out to you, Jacob just kept staring at me that entire joke. Oh my God. The entire time he was looking at butt plugs, my pecker got much, 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 much tighter. No, I meant to say my butthole. Let me start over. I'm doing 45 minutes. Hi, everybody. I'm going to do 45 minutes. I'm not nervous at all. Also, Jacob, I finally realized, I finally realized, holy shit, because you said, who is the number 2 Benjamin Franklin impersonator of Richmond, first of all. Holy shit, if you know the number 1. Also, I finally realized you look like General Sherman.
Oh, hey, thanks.
I know, dude. We're gonna burn it all down tonight. Hell yeah. That's a thank you for the all. You got that joke. Hell yeah. History buff. Right on, dude. Me and I'm gonna say 5 years. Come on, everybody. Give it up for the most handsome man in the room. Holy shit. Me if 5 years if I'm lucky. Holy shit. So thank you for coming. I don't know. I don't really like how I look. I don't like how I look all that much. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I look like all the Beatles combined. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's really weird. I feel like the one Beatle that wasn't on the Let It Be album cover. I don't know. It's just really hard. Like, I don't know. Has anybody here ever, like, been with a group of friends and you, like, try to compare yourself to somebody and everybody in the group is like, no. Like, I was hanging out with a bunch of comedians. We were just John. I was like, hey, you ever, you know, I think I kind of look like Mateo Lane. Yeah, you all were there. You all were the ones. I said that too. Yes, that was your exact response. Holy shit, wow, you were there. Oh my gosh. You know, it's just great when everybody just looks back and you're like, no, you're more of a millennial Frank Zappa. Hell yeah, I didn't think you guys would know who that is. Right on.
It's a solid reference, dude.
It is a solid reference. Thank you. I'm not sure if he's from the 70s or 80s. I am not sure. I've not cared to look him up. He has a soul patch. I might grow one. It looks cozy and cute. I want to put it on top of a little peach. Do you know the soul patch, Sam? I already have one where my pubes are. It's too late. I know, I really shaved into that one. Oh my gosh. Oh God, what else do I want to talk about? People think I'm tall. I don't know, I'm tall. I don't like being tall. I don't like being tall. You're also tall, sir. Right on, dude. I don't like being tall. People think it's easy being tall. People look at you and they assume everything. Oh, it's so easy being so tall. Oh my gosh. Do you know? No, it's not easy being tall. Do you know how many basketball games I have let down? Do you know how many volleyballs I have missed? And I am really tired of people assuming my penis is proportionate. It is a solid, it's like my grade point average in high school. It was aggressively average. Solid C's get degrees, come on. I know. What? I don't know. Also in that moment I was just like, wow, if I had boobs, they would be solid C's. But anywho, what were we talking about? OnlyFans. I'd like to start an OnlyFans. Clap it up for me. I want to start an OnlyFans, everybody. Thank you. You are far more supportive than my mother. When I broke this to her, she said, what's OnlyFans? She got very upset. She got very upset. My dad was really supportive. He was like, hell yes, I do. Oh, Dad. He's my number 1 fan. He contributes every month. No, I'm just kidding. I want to do an OnlyFans, but I just want it to be me just like doing this. I just want to do this naked. Like, you know, I think that'd be great if I just workshop. I think that'd be a good way to workshop jokes, honestly. You know, people subscribe in. I'm just saying there with like note cards and stuff and being like, okay, why did the wheel stop spinning? Because it was tired. See, now imagine that, except I'm naked. How come on? That's okay. I'm going to ditch that joke and I'll never say it again. I'm glad it's going to be on YouTube forever, though. Oh, my goodness. Oh, gosh. I'm not good at communicating. I can't communicate well with people. I'm not good at communicating. This is a good time for you to come in. I'm glad you bent down, Bonnie. Holy shit. In your 7-inch heels. Holy shit. Thank you for ducking in front of me. I know. I'm a giant. I'm a freak. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I'm not good at communicating. You probably couldn't tell from the last, I don't know, like 3 minutes and 20 seconds. I'm not good at communicating. I like emojis. I like to use emojis when I text. Clap it up. Do we like the emojis here? Fuck yeah, we got people with emojis. What are your favorite emojis? We got favorite emojis. Shout them out.
Smiley.
Smiley, hamburger. Oh, Steph. I'm hanging out with Steph. Right on. I like where your head's at, Steph. Let's go to 7-Eleven and grab some burgers. Do you know that 7-Eleven has cheeseburgers now? They're the exact same as in high school. They're that same kind of weird meat. And anyway, oh my gosh. Remember that meat? Holy shit. Penises. But yeah, no, emojis. Eggplants. Oh my gosh. No, my favorite emojis, everybody? Oh my goodness. I love the flag emojis. I fucking love the flag emojis. Why is no one ever excited about the flag emojis? Why am I the only one who's excited about this? Am I this fucking autistic, people? Holy shit. Am I seriously the only one? I love the flag emojis. Whenever I'm trying to express love to somebody, I'll text them like a bunch of French flags, like ooh la la, French, France, France, France. Oui, 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 bonjour, baguettes, France, 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 just France flags, 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 flags. If I'm feeling like bad vibes in the chat, if like I'm in one of my group chats with my boys and just hanging out and just like not digging the chats, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna be like Russian flag, Russia, Russia, Russia. Ooh, scary, scary Russia. Okay, you were more of an Iran crowd. Okay, what country scares you? What's a scary country? Where's Dracula from? Ooh, political, Sam. Save it for your 5 minutes, okay? That you can tear down the establishment and kick the patriarch in the balls. Oh my gosh, yeah, I think my favorite emoji though, if I want to hang out with the boys, if I just want to be a boys only night, I'll just throw in the chat, I'll just be like, Afghanistan flag, Afghanistan flag, Afghanistan flag. All right, just like the Taliban, I love to end on a bomb. All right, thank you so much for putting up with me. Let's get your host back up here.
Taliban fighters have anal sex with young boys. What a horrifying thing to invite your friends to. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all, William. Ugh. Well, that was horrifying to end with. Hopefully your next comic can get us out of the doldrums of pedophilia. Everybody, put your hands together for Cale Moore.
Don't fuck children, Cale.
Not likely. I do like during his intro set, Jacob McFadden made a Thomas Massey reference. Who in here, by show of hands, knows who the fuck Thomas Massey is? All of the men in their 30s in silver. I was at a Chick-fil-A the other day and I saw a car with a Thomas Massey bumper sticker, which is interesting because he's a representative from Kentucky. So that guy really wants those files released, I guess. I do think there was a big revelation recently that I don't think Jacob touched on, and that is that Donald Trump allegedly sucked off Bill Clinton. And yeah. He's a swallower. I think it would be really funny. What if there were no kids? What if the whole island was just Donald Trump sucking dick? They killed Jeffrey Epstein so they wouldn't find out that Donald Trump is a bottom. That's the whole conspiracy. Also, you talked about Prince Andrew getting his title stripped, although it was a little disrespectful. You did not give his proper current title, which is the artist formerly known as Prince Andrew. He gave a lot of kids the strawberry beret, from what I've heard.
That's not true. He couldn't sweat.
Again, comedy for 30-year-olds happening right now. So, guys, how about these Washington Redskins, am I right? When's someone going to do something about that? What if we called them the Washington Orange Skins, am I right? No, I support the name change, honestly, because it is like a cartoonishly racist name to be for a football team in the 2000s. I want to know, though, when they're going to do something about the Fighting Irish. Because I am Irish, and I've been a gigantic pussy my entire life. I grew up in Nebraska, and the thing is about growing up in the flyover states is we don't have any pro sports teams to root for. All I have is college football teams. So all of my sports heroes are guys who graduated, played Canadian football for like 2 years, and then became carpet salesmen. And they have to live the rest of their lives with their coworkers telling them to go along every time they toss them a beer. I know it's, are there any veterans in here? Yeah. How was the Somme? Okay, again, another joke for 30-year-olds, sorry. But I know it's Department of War Appreciation Month or whatever. And I'm not trying to rag on veterans, okay? But I was in D.C. the other day. And in D.C., I feel like you can throw a rock and hit a veteran comedian, which you think they would be used to. But I know a lot of D.C. veteran comics, and they're nice people. All I'm saying is every time I hear about them doing a charity show, I'm like, oh, what are you guys raising money for? And they're like, veterans. It's like, that's not fucking fair. You can't raise money for yourself. The leukemia kids can't go out and organize an open mic night. I just imagine like a Sarah McLachlan commercial. Like, this is Brendan. Last year, he spent so much on therapy, he had to sell one of his 7 AR-15s. For less than the price of a cup of coffee per day, you can help him and other veterans like him afford their Don't Tread on Me vanity plates. Speaking of charities, there's another thing going on. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but like now conservation groups have started doing this thing where they will charge big game hunters a bunch of money to come out and kill one of their endangered species. I guess the idea is like, you know, you charge them a buttload of money, they kill off one of the weak, sick members of the pack, and then you get to put that money towards your conservation efforts. All I'm saying is that logic does not work with any other charity. You can't be like, I have a check for $2 million filled out and signed to St. Jude's Hospital. Just let me kill one. All right, guys, I'm out of time. I've been Cale Moore. Thank you.
Cale Moore, everybody, ending with a bunch of jokes about murdering children. Hey, Cale, I'm sure the children with leukemia would love to organize a fun event, but it's an awful disease. It wastes away at their bodies. It's hard enough for an adult, and children are not strong. So,
they can't go out and do their own thing.
Yeah, I know. It's a very humorous topic. I'm glad you brought it up. I'm glad you attacked that population. All right. Well, your next comic would never do anything uncouth on a microphone. I know that for a fact. Because if they do, the Homeowners Association is kicking them out of the fucking neighborhood. Everybody put your hands together for Cade Wonders. Your next comic, a lover of children, but in all the right ways. Brett Kline.
Show them how to love children correctly.
So there's a lot of talk of leukemia children tonight. My son is actually in active leukemia treatment. I just tried to make this really uncomfortable as possible for everybody. He's 3 years old, and he would love to do an open mic. He wanted to come tonight, but I was like, get the bed. Got my orange bracelet here to support the leukemia children. No, he's actually doing very well. He's got less than a year left of treatment. He's responding very well. He's a fighter. Everyone says he's a fighter. So after he beats cancer, we're gonna have him fight Jake Paul. Yeah. When he was diagnosed, the doctors were like trying to be like have good bedside manner with us, and they're like, some families are uncomfortable saying the C word, and I was like, yeah, please don't call my kid a cunt. Okay. My son is very into the movie Cars. He's obsessed with Pixar's Cars. There's Cars 1, Cars 2, Cars 3, Cars on the Road, Cars Mater, Tall Tales. I can't express enough how much I've watched Cars. I've surpassed Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000 hours. Pretty soon I will become a Honda Civic. The problem is I'm a writer, and now all my ideas are just within the Cars universe. Like, I have an idea where Lightning McQueen becomes a defense attorney in a murder trial involving a white Ford Bronco. He's like, if the tires don't fit, you must acquit. Ka-chow! You ever have somebody call you the wrong name so confidently that you question your own reality? They're like, hey everybody, this is Brad. I'm like, dude, am I Brad? This whole time I've been living a lie. I started a new job. My boss introduced me to everybody as Brad. I just went along with it for the first week. Just like, yeah, I'm Brad. The same week, somebody whose actual name was Brad was written up for sexual harassment. Everybody was like, the new guy? I'm like, no, it's Brett. Brett. Like Brett Kavanaugh. I mean Brett Favre. I started working, I got a new job in medical sales. And the big thing I learned is that you can just wear scrubs and people will think you're a doctor. Like, not smart people, but there will be people that you can just say, they'll be like, oh yeah, like, you can just be like, yeah, applesauce causes erectile dysfunction. And people will stop eating applesauce. They're like, where did you go to med school? Central Casting. Something funnier is happening downstairs. I am Jewish despite looking like an anti-Semitic UFC fighter. Yeah, I experienced some weird anti-Semitism where somebody called me a kite. He's like, the kites killed Jesus. I'm like, yeah, it was a windy day. Thank you, Monty. Yeah, I think that was like I had all my new stuff I really wanted to do. I guess I'll leave. Yeah, I do old shit. I'll give time back to the room. All right, thank you. I'm Brett.
Keep it going for Honda Civic, everybody. He forgot his phone. Just got Car Connect, so that's pretty cool. All right, Brett Kline, everybody. His son, boy, Cale, really coming out of that set, not looking good. I can tell you right now, Cale is on Facebook right now, desperately trying to prove that Brett doesn't actually have a son. Because if he doesn't, Cale gets to turn this whole thing around, and Brett's the villain. But for now, I think it's safe to get Cale fired from his job, just so we're sure we're safe. All right, even Cale agrees. All right, we're gonna move this thing along. Your next comic should have nothing to say about children, because your next comic, your next comic is a childless woman, everybody. Now, don't feel bad for her. Just give her a round of applause and welcome her to the stage. It's Samantha Lukasiewicz.
Give it up for Brad, everybody. That's crazy. You know also what I didn't like about Cale's set? Is that he was like, what if at Jeffrey Epstein's island there was no children? And I watched the women who survived Jeffrey Epstein's island give their testimonies today. And I was like, wow, what a piece of shit Cale is. Yeah. Let's see, what do we got? I got my teeth cleaned. Thank you. Good news, no cavities. Woo! Bad news, sucking too much dick. Sucking way too much dick. Did you know that your dentist knows that? Are you a dentist? Or you suck a lot of dick? Okay, fair enough. Who here is in a relationship? Boom! Me too. Oh, okay. It's fine. Me too. But I realized something recently. I'm not gonna let my boyfriend get in the way of my husband! No one's cheating on their man here? Okay. It's fine. Anybody on the apps here? The apps? No one's on the apps. You're on Facebook? That's an app, right? I'm on Flow. Anybody? Anybody else on that app? Do the men in the building know what Flow is? It's a period thing! The married man who has a joke about period sex knows what Flow is. That's cool, man. That's cool. That's real cool. Gosh, I love flow because it gives you all these insights to your cycle, like when someone could like put a baby in you, which I thought was all the time, but apparently you need to be in some sort of, I don't know, gestation period. I have no idea really. But I got a notification today and it says, "You're a big back bloated bitch. You, sir." Don't go in that bathroom, it stinks. But I was like, thank God it's my time to be a bitch. This phone told me so. I was thinking, I was like, wouldn't it be cool if this app was like connected to the other apps like Tinder or Hinge? So you could pick like blood or no blood. Swipe left the boys, swipe right the men. Am I right, Louie? Would you fuck a girl on her period? Hell yeah! Awesome. Who has tattoos in here? Who has a really interesting tattoo? Oh, Blake, actually. What's your tattoo? Really interesting.
The Wienermobile.
Shut the fuck up. That's cool. Where is it?
It's above my knee.
Ew. Why?
I thought it would be a cool place.
Like Heine Wiener?
Ooh, that's funny.
I know. I'm a comedian. That's pretty cool. Is it color?
No.
That's not as cool. All right, that's cool. We're gonna move on. I got my first tattoo when I was 18. And my dad brought me to the tattoo shop, and I just really wish I got it right above my hip. And when you get older, you get fatter, I guess, and now I gotta lift my belly to see the rainbow. And that's not fun for me. It's a rainbow and a star. But recently, my most recent tattoo are these like finger tattoos, and I got them like a couple weeks ago in Nashville. And he said they're probably not gonna last that long because based on how long or like what you used your hands for. And it's really weird because I don't use the back of my hand to give hand jobs. So I don't know why they're rubbing off. But anyway, don't recommend. Anybody on TikTok? All right, go fuck myself. All right. I really want to do like TikTok trends with my boyfriend, but he's very, very old, so he doesn't really understand them all. I tried to do one where we were like, what are 9 prompts that like make you think about me, and I'll do one for you. And so we did it. He really sucked at it. You can't teach him any dances. It's awful. But recently we were sitting on the couch, and he said, "Samantha, your hair looks so beautiful. Like it looks very like soft. Did you do something new to it?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Can I touch it?" And I was like, "Sure." And he went like this. So TikTok is canceled. That's my time. Thank you.
Samantha Lukasiewicz, everybody. All right, everybody. I have to make an announcement. Part of being an inclusive comedy room is that we have a no bullying policy, and there's been a lot of bullying of Cale happening. And I would just like to make it clear to everybody, Cale said it would be nice if no children had been abused on Epstein Island. Okay, he said it would be nice if that were the case. Not that it didn't happen. He said in his perfect world, he would wish that that never happened. Children like Brett's son would still have leukemia in Cale's I Have a Genie Make-A-Wish world, but they would not be made sweet love to by a Democratic hoax. Oh, hold on, sorry, my phone's ringing. Sorry, no, it's real. The Epstein thing is real. Just got the updated talking points, everybody. Well. So be nice to Cale. Your next comic actually hates Cale. It's weird. But he promised not to bring it up, everybody. Put your hands together all the way from NPR. That's National Public Radio. It's James Copeland. All right, so as even the people on video can tell, there has been a lot of crosstalk in the room tonight, and we're going to address why. Tonight we have some really important people, not only in the audience, but also performing on the show. Your next comic, she's here tonight with her podcast partner. She was just dropped from her agency for interviewing Nick Fuentes. But we are still proud to have her here as a home for wayward souls. We'll always accept anybody who wants to be here. Please give it up for the #1 Dime Square podcaster, Stephanie Moyer.
Thank you so much, Jacob. He's just mad I won't have him on my podcast. James had that thing going where he said it's like playing whatever. I was like, it's like playing Lips of an Angel at Epstein's Island.
No, that's my bit. You can't say that.
Yeah, you can. Cale, is Cale still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, hey, sorry. So it's actually called Raspberry Beret, not Strawberry Beret. So, I'm just correcting people's jokes tonight. Yeah, and then Brad.
That was the only problem.
Or Brett. Oh, yeah. Sorry, you said Brad so much, that's who you are now. I know you said kites killed Jesus, but they also tried to get Ben Franklin. With that key, yeah. So I've decided to manifest this year so I can date. And when you manifest, you gotta keep your focus on the I, because otherwise you're just man-fisting. And I'm the one trying to get fisted. Samantha says just yell at people, right? So I think some topics for a first date that are pretty good to bring up. I like to start with a joke. I like to ask them what's the difference between a diary and diarrhea. And it's just that little ugh at the end. Yeah, and then I like to tell them the etymology of those words. Which one came first, diarrhea or diary? Diarrhea came first, of course. And people used to die of dysentery all the time, so they decided to start logging their poos. But you couldn't really take the poo and hold on to it. All right, we're working on this joke. And so they started writing down their poos, and so diary came from the word diarrhea, which is not true. But thanks for making that face, Jacob. Anyway, I talked about diaries and diarrhea because my initial topic was to talk about rape on a first date. Feel like it's a nice icebreaker. Lots of eyes turning away. Cool. It's come up organically. I like fun facts. Does anyone like fun facts on a first date? Great. So I like to ask people what their favorite animal is, and this guy said it was sea otters. And I had just watched a fun fact video about sea otters. And I said that because I don't think before I speak. And then he asked me to share my favorite fun fact, and he said his was that they hold hands when they're sleeping so they don't float away. And I said, well, mine is that sometimes the lonely male sea otters will separate a baby sea otter from its mother and then rape it to death. I say that as Will leaves, which is suspicious. Are you a sea otter, Will? What are you doing? Great, they haven't been going well. Oh, hey, Halloween passed a little bit ago, but I've been thinking about it. Does anyone think about how they would want to stage their own death? No. Okay, how would you do it succinctly? Yeah, you nodded.
Oh, okay.
Were you lying? All right, you're a liar. Okay. No, wait.
That's lying.
Yeah, stage it.
Yeah, that's lying. I would pretend I'm sleeping, and then just keep sleeping until they get out of the room, and then I wake up. This is the worst plan ever.
Okay.
I've done it before.
All right, so what I would do is I would rent a storage unit, and I would fill it with a lot of those skeletons from Spirit Halloween, a whole bunch of skeletons and a bunch of black cats, and then I'd go in there naked and climb all the way to the back, and then die, and then the cats can eat my corpse, and then I just think it'd be really funny for SVU or CSI, I don't know who finds that, but to crawl through all the fake skeletons to get to me. I think that would be funny. But I'm not going to kill myself to do it. Something would have to happen. Is that the light? Yeah, I should stop. Any step-parents? Any step-parents? All right, well, we're all potential step-parents. That's great. I was thinking about some do's and don'ts for step-parents. I've had a lot. And, you should be there for them when their dog dies. Don't make them kill it. Do let them practice Catholicism. Don't leave them alone with the priest. Do love them, but don't call it making love to them if you're already fucking them. Because that's pretty messed up. All right, not the delivery I was going for. All right, let's get Jacob back up here. He would never make love to a child.
It's true. Thank you for that true statement at the end. I would never make love to a child. I would just fuck them. I have my own children. It'd be unfaithful to make love to a different child. All right. We're going to keep this moving. We're going to just move right along past all of that. Liked you better when you were trying to make Nick Fuentes an acceptable person. Your next performer tonight is actually, I don't know, Silver, if you should record this, because your next performer was recently declared a domestic terrorist by Donald Trump. If you don't know, a month ago, Donald Trump declared anti-fascist to be terrorist. And your next comic literally fought the fascist in World War II. Everybody, put your hands together, but not too loud. You might remind him of Normandy. For James Proffitt. He fought for your freedoms, goddammit! Clap for him!
No, you certainly aren't that old in spirit, my man.
Well, anybody remember the old phrase, "Who's your daddy?" Okay, I had a cousin, slogan, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Had sex with every girl in the neighborhood when he was a teenager. Now push this up 15 years after this. He's in a convenience store. He sees a nice looking lady behind the counter, says, "Who's your daddy?" And a woman over there says, "You said that phrase on me 15 years ago. That's your daughter there." So you better be careful about using that phrase, "Who's your daddy?" How many people like using GPS? Do they mess you up sometimes? About a couple of weeks ago, I went to the cemetery in the car. When I got there, the GPS told me, "This is your final destination." And one day I was riding with Leeth, going to a doctor appointment, going down the street, GPS turned left. It was to the funeral home. I said, "I'm not ready for that." How many people around here want to be organ donors when they die? Well, I am. And I thought about it one day. I said, what do they do with the bodies after they're done with them? Probably the average ones, crematory. The good-looking women around here, you become mannequins. At the dress stores. Well, a bill collector called me today. He said, "Your bill's 1 year old." I said, "Well, send happy birthday to him." Oops. Come on out. Well, I don't know anybody's last names around here, but sometimes people's last names are kind of rough on them. My last name is Proffitt. I never was good at the ministry or in business, but thank goodness my last name wasn't small, short, tiny, being 6'4". That would be kind of rough. And to you guys here, if you ever get bored one night, just call a woman's group and ask for the man in charge. Well, how many people got Thanksgiving plans going to their family this week? You know how to save money on your Christmas gifts with your family? Bring up religions and politics. Thank you a lot.
I am Jacob McFadden. You can see me, right? Am I too tall for this? I saw the lens zoom in on my chest. It's getting weird. I don't know. I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. If you're old as fuck, you're wondering what's this on my face? It's a pimple patch. And if you're young, you're like, why the fuck is that old bitch wearing a pimple patch? It's cute, okay? Well, actually, it's cuter than the pimple that's on my face. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I started, like, right now. Okay, cool. This is still your time. I'll just do all of it. I'm just kidding. All right, my name is Alethea. I go by Leeth. Jacob didn't get to tell you guys that. And that's mostly because it makes it easy for everybody to just go by Leeth, right? Mostly white people. But I did have this one not white person this past week was like, Althea. They call you Althea. I was like, thanks, King. You see me. They do. Usually call me Althea. But somebody was talking about something earlier, very big. Fuck me. Okay, anyways. I work at a restaurant on the weekends, and usually I introduce myself to my tables as Leeth. But this is the very first time I was like, I'm gonna say my name. I'm gonna be brave. I can own this. And I was like, hey, nice to meet you. My name's Alethea. And the white guy was like, what? Like, not too much on me, sir. Let's talk about it. So we chatted for like 15 minutes, and then by the end, he was like really confident. He was like, Alicia. I'm like, fuck me. Let's see. If your brother does hair, or if he's training to be a hairstylist, don't go see him. I went to see my brother today. I got a haircut, and he was like, you're gonna need a bob because your hair is not retaining water. I said, not too much on me, sir. And he was tugging my head, and I was like, keep tugging my head, I'm gonna tug your head. No weird shit. There's no real punchline to that, I just had to get it off my chest. I don't have therapy for another week, and I have the mic. Jacob gave me the mic. No, he didn't. I took it. Has anyone ever bonded with their father? Or do you do this for another reason? You've bonded with your dad?
Like
ever? Yeah? Okay. I don't usually bond with my dad. We have trouble. But one thing that we do bond over is movies. We like to watch movies together, right? So recently we watched like the Deadpool Wolverine movie. Really good, really funny. But there is a bit in there about pegging. And my dad's like, what's that? I didn't really want to tell him, but I'm like, open up, I'll show you. He's a hands-on learner. But he learned quick, only one time, and he got it. He never asked me again. I think he talks to AI more now, which I'm worried. It's not going well. I wasn't gonna do this joke, but fuck it. You guys could barely probably even hear me. They're like screaming downstairs. I live with fascists. I do. More than one. Jacob might be one of them. I don't know. I invited them in. I actually pay for them to live with me. And I'd be really sad to see them go. They're great company. They're my cats. And cats are fascists, okay? So like I am kind of morally struggling with it. Like they believe in a superior race, okay? They want absolute dominance. They're scared of chaos. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's see. If I'm not awkward enough for you, I went to Kroger the other day, and the cashier was like, are you a nurse? You have that look. Weird. I'm like, no. I don't really like that last part, you know what I mean? Like, elaborate. She's like, well, I lived next to a nurse one time, and she worked through COVID, and she saw a lot of dead bodies, and it took a toll on her mentally, so she went outside and killed herself. I was like, damn, maybe I do have that look. She's talking to my therapist. I see. I am in therapy, if you're wondering. I go about once a week, right? My therapist is like, you should come twice a week. Not great. Yeah. She wants me. I knew it. It's actually not because she wants me, guys. Sorry to let you down. It's because I told her, like, the therapist before her randomly left. Like, took a 4-month hiatus, which is illegal. So I did what anybody in my shoes would do. I messaged her and I was like, if you don't see me, I'll kill myself. It was like a classic, if you break up with me, I'll kill myself bit. She didn't think it was funny. Good thing I'm the one doing stand-up comedy at fucking Home Sweet Home. All right. That's enough. Wait, are you gonna come up here?
Give over Leeth, everybody. Leeth. Sorry, I wasn't here for the transition. I was downstairs. I was making sure the defibrillator worked during James' set. Boy, you know, Leeth said, did anyone here ever have a connection, like ever have like a bonding moment with their dad? And I was thinking about it. You know, the first time I had a bonding moment with my dad, it's the first time I was arrested. And my dad, you know, he's like, you know, yeah, now you're a man. Now you know what that's like. But my dad's a one-upper, so he did have to be like, you know, I got arrested in New York City, so I had to go to jail with black guys. All right. Guys should go down to Chesterfield County sometime. There's a Lego factory right across the street from where all the black guys in jail are. I don't know what the point of that was. Guess to point out my dad was racist, but also kind of like good-hearted about it? I don't know, it's weird. It's a weird notion. Also once told a gay friend of mine, he's like, I wouldn't be cool with that 5 years ago, but now I'm old, I don't care. All right. Delete all of that. Nah, it's fine. My father doesn't know how to use a computer. Your next comment coming to the stage. Sorry, I'm all thrown off because, I'm all thrown off because your next comment coming to the stage, everybody. Wow, what a surprise. This person doesn't even know they're going to be next. They popped in a surprise. They were someone's ride coming up here. Your next comic is a blonde lady. A blonde lady. We had Kate earlier, a blonde man. Now we have a blonde lady. We're going to find out boys versus girls. Which blonde is more fun? We're forgetting Samantha. Which blonde is more fun? Let's find out, everybody. Put your hands together for Bonnie Cardman.
Fuck yeah, Jacob. Also, did you just have a stroke in the middle of what you were saying?
No.
Oh, no. Okay, great.
Thank you.
I don't like these gender wars you're trying to start up here either. That's fucked up. All right, what's up, motherfuckers? So I was kind of hoping Cade would do their joke about hobbies, but you didn't. You let me down, so fuck. Does anybody have any hobbies, though? What's your hobby? Comedy? That's fair. Yeah. We're all fucking doing it right now. I really like to play Animal Crossing. Yeah. Not the game. I'm a veterinary assistant. Too dark? Damn. Okay, well, fuck it. I was gonna try it. So Stephanie was talking a little bit about manifesting or man-fisting, if you will. Does anybody do vision boards? Just the women. That makes a lot of sense. I'm creating one for the new year coming up, but how do you create a vision board for a will to live? I was thinking I would just like put little bags of heroin all over it. That's just kind of like going to the doctor though, right? I do really love that you can now get ketamine from a doctor. That's fucking sick. I used to have to get mine from some white boy who used to call himself Doc Dollar. I know you're supposed to like put things on there like goals and things to better yourself, but I was thinking it would be better if I just put things to worsen myself. So I was just thinking like pictures of cigarettes and Jameson and then like photos of me tripping small children. Get at me if you know anything else I could worsen myself with. So, wouldn't it be like fucking crazy if everywhere a man came on a woman is where a baby grew? It's not a tumor on your tit, babe. Does explain my third tit that I've grown recently, though. Oh, shit, or why they used to call me Babyface. Luckily, I've discovered at-home abortions, proactive. It's not pro-life, baby, it's proactive. I do like to think that a baby shower would just be another term for bukkake. So, where the fuck was I anyways? Oh, Will was talking about using the French flag emoji, and I have a French boyfriend at home, so I find myself using that one very frequently. When I'm really pissed off, I like to send him just the French flag and fire over and over again. That way he knows I'm gonna set him on fire. He was having like a really hard day at work recently though, so I was like, you know, you should pamper yourself. You should maybe baby yourself. So he jerked off. Damn, that's fucking funny, and you should laugh at that. Okay, so I was talking to somebody recently about the concept of the one that got away, and I've never had one of those, but I did once have the one who tried to get away. I found him. When I was 14 years old, I had a boyfriend who broke up with me by running away from the police. It's okay, guys. Like I said, I found him. I showed up to where he was, and then he ran straight into the woods. He ended up becoming a landscaper, though, so I would like to think that I helped him chase his dreams by chasing him. We're going to end it on a happy note. So my grandma died a month ago. Yay! No, she lost her long, drawn-out battle with just being old as fuck. My grandma was, she turned 90 in the year 2020, our Lord COVID and Savior. That year, she looked at me on her birthday and said, "My mother lived to be 98. Do not let me live that long." You're welcome, Grandma. Someone had to pull the plug. No, she died after a long battle with dementia. I kind of think she was faking it, though. It's a very convenient disease, you know? But I'm sure we've seen all those studies about dementia patients and music and how, like, music can help bring back memories and they'll know the songs. And I did find that to be true. I would be with her in her room and I would play her favorite songs. Crazy to find out Grandma's favorite song was Eazy-E's Give Me That Nut. It's too bad she lost her mind. That dry-ass bitch would have loved wet-ass pussy. That's all I had to work on tonight. Let's get Jacob back up here.
Give it up for Lilith Fair Goes to New York City. All right. That was for Cale's Jokes for 30-year-olds. All right. It is true that Bonnie's grandmother died last month, and that's why James has had so much free time recently. And that's why he's able to join us here tonight. Having a French boyfriend at home definitely sounds like something that should mean something way worse than what you said. Yeah, I got a French boyfriend at home. No power, no utilities. I don't know. Work on it. It's your joke, not mine. I'm not supposed to do good with it. Your next comic. Your next comic is to comedy what rock and roll is to music. He is to ghost tours what murdering a bunch of college students is to the lake. He is Bryce Thompson, everybody. Bryce Thompson!
Jesus, I'm so used to Newport News. I thought you were going to do a school shooting joke. What's up? Jacob, all I want to say is you're wearing the same outfit of a drag queen I once had sex with. Yeah. That's not even a joke. That's just a true statement. And this set is probably going to be like that night. I'm going to end this too soon. So, got Thanksgiving coming up. Gotta go visit the family and shit. I'm scared to visit my family because every dish they make seems like a bad dare. For instance, my mom likes to make meatloaf with grape jelly in it. She had the audacity to tell me that I could barely even taste it. I said, Mom, I thought it was so gay as a teenager that even my taste buds were fruity. What are you talking about? Where's the family? I am happy that a thing exists called alcoholism. I love alcohol. Happy performing in a bar. But I know some people aren't Because there's some people that can't handle their alcohol. Because it's never the drunk drivers that's the problem, it's the drunk crashers who give us a bad name. My friend once left a bar, shit-faced out of his ass, drove home drunk, late at night with his headlights off, thinking the cops wouldn't see him. They see you when you crash into the squad car. But one thing I like about alcoholism is you're either exposed to it by your parents of one of two ways. Number one, the bad way. Your parent being emotional after a couple alcohol. After a couple shots of tequila, they start crying. They start screaming. They start throwing shit. They start beating you. And then they get emotional again, and they start being very loving, very caring, very soothing. They start calling you over, telling you that they're the best thing, you're the best thing they ever made. And you're like, Mom, that's nice, but could you please put down the fucking gun? Or you got the more fun one, you got the more personal one. Couple shots of whiskeys. Your dad starts playing Megadeth at super loud paces. Your dad breaks into your room and says, do you want to go for a fucking drive? And you have no choice but to say yes. And it is the best fucking drive you have ever gone on. He's driving like Dale Hart Jr. I mean, not Dale Hart Jr., the senior, not the bitch. What the... He's swerving, he's going speeds you've never seen before. He's sliding into walls. His friend is chasing you in a cop car at full speed, or at least that's what he tells you. And then you play every kid's favorite game, hide the white powder underneath the seat. And you think you gotta keep up with the energy, but no. Your father passes out everywhere. He passes out on lawns. He passes out through glass tables. You've gone through 8 different glass tables and wondered why you don't just get wooden ones. It's because your mom likes the way they look. And then he gets drunk and passes out naked at your school. And that's a disappointing time. Because you have to get him. You have to take him home while no one sees you before class opens. And there, standing in the doorway, is your principal. It's disappointing. Your principal's looking at you, he's looking at your father, he goes, I cannot believe this. I cannot tolerate this. This is not healthy for a child. And your dad wakes up in a sober and goes, Stephen, what happened to you, Stephen? We used to be cool, Stephen, before you got this job. We used to hang out. We used to do blow. We used to get fucked up. I miss you, Stephen. And your principal looks at your dad and goes, my name's fucking Phil. Fuck you, Stephen! The dick sucking of Bill Clinton was talked about earlier. Just like the sucking of the set. But the one thing I want to know, if that is true, why didn't my boy Bill Clinton do anything about it beforehand? Trump's talking on that shit. Well, Bill Clinton is just a weird guy, you know, he's a creepy Bill. Fuck him, fuck his wife. I'm surprised Bill didn't pop him and go, hey, how about you shut the fuck up? You want to keep my name in your mouth? I'll put something else in your mouth, you stupid bitch. I will give you the mouthful of Bill. You suck harder than Monica. Don't even play me, baby. My name is Bryce Tilo. Thank you for your time and allowing me to suck.
Over Bryce T, everybody. Bryce T, with, I've got to be honest with you, the worst Bill Clinton impression I've ever heard in my life. What was that? It was just a guy. That wasn't Bill Clinton at all. Bill Clinton, I've never tried. Bill Clinton more like, hey. Yeah, keep my name out your mouth, bitch. It's like that. It's not, keep my name out your mouth, bitch. That was crazy. I don't think you know who Bill Clinton is. All right. Hey, jokes for 30-year-olds, I guess. Your next comic. Your next comic is a hell of a guy. Everyone knows that every year the comics organize a Toys for Tot drive, and one comic is selected every year to take the toys to the tots. And every year it has been your next comic. The Santa Claus of local comedy. Everybody, put your hands together for Monty Giles. Give him a ho, 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 everybody! Ho, ho, all right.
Ho, when I say ho, you say ho. 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 Yeah. whenever Bryce T, whenever you do stand up, I just, it makes me think of spoken word poetry. It's like you transcend comedy. Honestly, it amazes me. You have like the energy of like the girl in like a teen romance who like took off her glasses and became hot. That's what you're working with, brother. You gotta. Can you say could you say you're more than a quarterback? You're more than a quarterback. Beautiful. Thank you. I'm about to turn 30 in a month. It's weird because I'm noticing changes. Like I used to do a lot of shit. Now I just like my mornings start. I just sit on my porch and I smoke weed and then I take my ADHD meds and I wait to see which one hits first. And like I just decide how my morning is gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Because like if my ADHD meds hit first, I'll just read I'll read headlines on my porch and just be like, what a mess. That's what I say to everything now. I don't curse. I don't say, what the fuck is this? I say, what a mess. I don't read the article. I just read the headline. It's too depressing. I don't go on World Star Hip Hop anymore. Anyone here a World Star Hip Hop fan? It was weird because World Star Hip Hop, it was always just like, it was like construction worker fights and then like ass. Louie, have you ever been on World Star Hip Hop? Louie, are you a gooner? Do you goon, Lou? You don't goon? No. Brother, you goon. I don't like what's happened to the goon. I feel like the goon's been disrespected as of late. You know what I'm saying? What's a goon to a goblin? Remember that? Now it's just about Louis masturbating for hours on end. I like to do the old-fashioned gooning. That's where I beat off and then right before I come I say, it's the bat! Cool. This is like, sometimes this mic just feels like when you open up like someone's face, like Instagram Live by accident. You know, you're just like, oh shit, ugh. Now I gotta block them. That was like 25% of my COVID was accidentally going on people's Instagram Lives by accident while they're learning how to make bread and then blocking them forever. Let's see. I'm about to be 30. I've realized I have so many wires. What the fuck? Does anyone have an accumulation of wires that they have no idea where they go to? There's a whole drawer dedicated to it with every time I clean my room on my floor, there's just wires for God knows what, and I don't throw them away. I'm like, oh, maybe one of my friends will have an iPhone 11 that they need to plug in. I won't get rid of them. I just feel like I'm gonna see how long I can make them. I don't know. That's what being 30 is to me, is just having shit you don't need. Another 30-year-old problem I'm having now is I realize I don't have an ass, and I feel like I need that to get through my 30s, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're young in your 20s, you think you can just, you think you're just, what's the word? When you can't be touched. Untouchable. You feel untouchable. You think you don't need an ass to get through. You get to your 30s, you realize you need them cheeks. That's what this world's all about. You know. You ever see a man in a nice suit and you see the front of him? You're like, oh wow. Then you turn around and you're like, peace out, brother. You're my congressman? Yeah, right. I want a nice ass. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to pick things up with it. Like, you know how people have monkey feet? I want monkey ass. I want my girlfriend to see me and say, show me what you got for a pork chop. I want respect. Specifically for my ass. No one ever talks about how Jesus had a job and with all the cool shit they said about Jesus, they had never said that he was a good carpenter. Like no one was ever, it was never like John 3:19, sick table, bro. That's why I think like Judas turned on Jesus because he like made him a chair, or he made him like a fuck stool, like the world's first fuck table, and it broke on Judas. What if that's where the glory hole comes from? It's just a shitty wall that Jesus made. It's like, And then that's the thing. Everyone had to suck his dick because he was Jesus. So they're like, oh, this is glorious. This hole in this wall, the rain, who cares? Plug it with something. Cool. Remember when I said, show me what you got for a pork chop? That was fun. Sweaty church. Hey, has anyone ever, y'all ever been to go to a church that's sweaty? Y'all ever go to a church where people are like running around and shit, and then it gets like a musky locker room smell? At my church it was fun because like the old ladies they would like pass out, they would like fall over, and then the deacons had to run over with like a towel to like cover their legs. You know what I'm saying? So like their underwear didn't show, but it became like a mini game because so many ladies would be falling out. So it would be like deacons running all over trying to cover them, so you can't see their thongs that they wore for the pastor. Did you know that's a thing that old women do? They wear nice underwear for the pastor and then catch the Holy Ghost. What if the Holy Ghost is what they called when like Jesus was stimming? And he was just freaking out on the toilet. They're like, what the fuck is he doing? He just got done with the glory hole, bro. He's feeling the Holy Spirit. Okay, that's been fun. All right, my name is Monty Giles. Bye, guys.
Monty Giles, everybody. Keep it over Monty Giles. Or start it going. Either way, just do something for Monty Giles. Hey, no cap. I love World Star Hip Hop. Yeah, I had no cap at all, my friend. I was born in Florida, so I like a good compilation of videos of my home state. And then during COVID, it taught me that 5G caused it. Way before Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Aaron Rodgers told me that was the case.
I thought he played for the Packers.
Monty Giles, everybody. Monty Giles. Quit drinking, quit being a man. In fairness, football does suck if you're not drinking. All right. We're going to keep this thing moving. Your next comic has the worst faking his own death plan I've ever heard. He's just going to close his eyes and pretend to be asleep. And then I guess, I don't know what happens, they bury him? It seems like maybe they might call someone first who could prove that he's maybe ticklish. I don't know. It's a bad plan is what I'm saying. But if you think that's a bad plan, get ready for some well thought out jokes, everybody. I'm back to being mean. Put your hands together for Louie Carroll.
Fuck, it would work.
Ew.
It would work. It's not ticklish.
Stephanie was talking about staging your own death, and like I don't really think about that, you know? Well, I was trying to like be supportive, alright? Like, who thinks about staging their own deaths? Aren't you depressed? Do you just think about death, you know? You think about staging your own deaths? Alright, you guys are fucking happy. Monty accused me of gooning. I really know what gooning is. Is it edging? Is it edging? It's kind of like edging? Well, I was like, I don't fucking goon. It's the...
I thought it was coming all day.
That's just an addiction. That's just masturbation addiction, right? So I didn't. So like I was like I don't fucking goon, but I wrote this joke. You guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
You guys want to hear my joke at an open mic? Anyway, you guys want to hear an impression? Yeah, here's an impression of an enthusiastic porn star, right? Oh, jeez Louise, what we got going on over here? Actually,
Actually, I was like watching porn, it was getting boring, and I was like, I might write a joke right now, you know? That was a joke. Was I gooning? I think I was gooning. I am a gooner. Nice. Alright, isn't it crazy that we call people that correct your English grammar Nazis? We just skipped correction officer altogether. That's crazy, right? Like, I feel like grammar Nazi is too inflammatory, right? Like, how about something short and sweet, like, you're a prick? Like, I feel like that gets the point across, like, real quick, right? Alright, I'm a gooner. Writing a suicide note is dark, right? Darker than staging your own death. Writing a suicide note is dark, like super dark, right? Unless you fold it into an origami swan, right? I really like that joke. Welcome. Hello. You can go ahead. I'm in charge. A couple actually just walked into the room. You guys dating? No? Related?
No, not related.
Not related? Friends?
On a date.
Oh, you're on a date? Oh, it's, I was about to say, it's like, I heard it's like coughing season. Sure, you know? Like, but I heard it's like coughing season. And it made me think, like, what do I look for in a partner, you know? Like, I'll tell you what I look for in a partner. I like to hold up a cross and look for a demonic presence. You know, and if they like light up like a candle, that's kind of like a red flag, right? Right? All right, we don't like demon humor. You know what I found today? Another parking ticket on my windshield. I mean, come on. When are they gonna stop pointing out our mistakes and start giving us words of affirmation, right? I want a bunch of love letters on my windshield. Don't give me a parking ticket that says fine. Give me a love letter that says, hey, handsome, right? Is that too much to ask? It's not too much to ask. That's what she said. Has anybody read the Kama Sutra?
I have.
You have? That's kind of lame. You've read the Kama Sutra? Why?
My dad told me about it.
That's even lamer. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. But I was about to say, nobody has really like read the Kama Sutra. Wait, what's your name?
Keller.
Keller? I know, right? All right. Thank you, Keller, for being here. But I was about to say that a lot of people haven't read the Kama Sutra, right? Because it doesn't have mass appeal. He's read it. But like, a lot of people haven't read the Kama Sutra. It doesn't have mass appeal, right? I read Sex for Dummies, right? I read Sex for Dummies. That has mass appeal. Oh, Bumping Uglies for the Ill-Equipped. I'd read that, right? I want to end on a strong note. Does anybody have any kinks?
Ask Kama Sutra guys.
Shut up. Does anybody have, Keller, do you have kinks?
Hey, no, you shut up.
He's read the Kama
I
Sutra.
just said to do. You shut up.
All right. Well, this is Keller's time. What's your... Do you have any kinks?
Yeah. I mean, he's really into reading.
Yeah, but what did he find in the book, right? Like, what is your kink?
Dude, I love feet, man.
I know why you guys grown. That was fucking wholesome. But yeah, this is what my kink is, right? Like, I'd like to have some whimsical sex. Yeah, right. Like, pegging isn't really for me. I'm more of like a snow globe in the ass type of guy. You know what I'm saying? And that's been my time. Give it up for fucking Dickhead McFadden.
Louie Carroll, everybody. Keep it going for Louie Carroll. All right, wow, that got crazy at the end. Keller. Was it Keller? Was it? Did I get rid of that? Is it Keller?
Yeah, it's Keller.
All right, so he asked if you were dating, and you said no, and then she said it is a date. So is this a first date?
No, it's like, I don't know, maybe a 6th or 7th date.
Okay, 6th or 7th date might be a good date to announce to an entire room of strangers that you've read the Kama Sutra. That's not at all awkward for the person sitting with you.
She doesn't know what it is, so she doesn't know.
Well, if she Googles it, you are gonna feel weird about it, lady. Does she know what feet are? Because that one, she made a face, we connected, and it didn't seem like that was really her favorite thing that her dates ever said at a bar.
She's okay with it, man. She's okay with it.
You know what? Hey, man, you're ready to get married. That's you just insist that what you do is fine. That works. All right, that was boy, what an adventure we all had. We are down to our final few comics. Keller, I'd like to thank you for man. What's your name? What is it? Zoe. Thank you for coming out, Zoe. Everybody, just so we know the ground rules, make fun of Keller, leave Zoe alone. Both during and after the show. All right, we're going to get down to our final few comics. Some real heavy hitters coming up here. Your first comic, you're going to love this guy. He's so good at comedy, he can't stay in one city. He can't be contained. Your next comic lives in a van. A very funny van. Put your hands together for Tyler Bauer.
Home, sweet home. Home, sweet home. Home, sweet home. Oppenheimer. We know Oppenheimer created the atomic bomb. He felt bad about it afterwards. I don't think he would have felt as bad about creating the atomic bomb if he lived long enough to see the PlayStation. Because of all that, it led to the PlayStation. I think if the Axis won World War II, we probably wouldn't have the PlayStation. And if Oppenheimer just lived long enough to see those realistic graphics, he wouldn't have been such a sad sack. And then he would have saw hentai and he would have felt glad. Wait, shit. No, Oppenheimer, he would have felt good about the PlayStation, bad about hentai. We're working it out. The Japanese are the most optimistic people. They made Pokemans. The Japanese are the most optimistic people. They made K-pop. The Japanese made K-pop. I live in a van, so I was taking a shit at Kroger this morning. I was in the Kroger right over here taking a shit this morning. And I don't know why this happens to me. Every time I go to take a shit in public, a middle-aged guy walks in, starts shitting next to me, and he moans and groans every time without fail. Middle-aged Jew comes in and shits right next to you. I'm as quiet as a church mouse in the bathroom. Why are you deriving pleasure from this, sir? Old enough to be my damn dad. Bathrooms should be quiet. I should only hear the light sound of David Guetta on the house speakers in the bathroom. That's it. I'm going to bring a decibel reader with me in the bathroom and start throwing yellow flags and red flags over the stall at these guys. I was in another Kroger taking a shit the other day, not this Kroger, and I walk in, the middle-aged dude taking a shit next to me. He took it a step further. He was on FaceTime with his girl. Whoa! Taking a shit at the Kroger. And the wild thing was he was like on the shitter talking to his girl on FaceTime crazy. He was also negging her at the same time. He was like, yeah, girl, you know you can't cook. She was like, yeah, you're right, I'm my cooking shit. Power move, wild. He also didn't wash his hands. That's fucked up. I did not hear the, Do bathroom attendants still exist? Is that still a thing? Is there still, you still see bathroom attendants? I feel like I haven't seen one in over 10 years. I thought they all died out. That's horrible. You know, you're just standing there breathing in fumes all day. It's worse than getting mesothelioma from Camp Lejeune. They deserve a settlement too, guys. Let's mix it up. This is a little light one. This is a little light joke. How about an all-black R&B group, but except for the singer? The singer's white, and the group is called Room for Cream. That's how white I am. I think that there's R&B groups, and that's what they call them. I'm also so white that I never understood dance-off movies. Never really clicked with me. It's like, oh, you can move your feet better than my feet. Look at this, I'm doing this better than you. This is called footwork. Footwork. Skydivers are going to hell. You're defying God's rules. You are going to hell. You should not be up there. Get the fuck out of there. Cave divers also going to hell. Get out of that hole. Knock it off. You gotta talk to cave divers like they're a bad dog. Get out of there. Knock it off. Get out of there. Also going to hell, dudes that work at restaurants where they have to deliver your food while on roller skates. That's just shameful. You will be judged by God. Also, Jesus must have been a really fat guy. That Jesus must have been a really big dude, because how's there still portions of the body of Christ? It's a big dude. We know Job from the Bible. Job was the original simp. Job was the original simp. You know the story of Job. God made a bet with the devil that this dude Job, God was like, I'm going to fuck this whole dude's life up and he'll still love me. Killed Job's kids, gave him diseases. Job still loved God. Simp behavior, that Job. If God had an OnlyFans, Job would be the #1 subscriber. Job would be like, can I get a dick rating, please? God would be like, I killed one of your kids again. And Job would re-up his subscription. They're making a reboot of Boy Meets World. Did we hear about this? They're making a reboot of Boy Meets World. It's titled Boy Meets Third World. And it just takes place in a country called Topanga. A lot of child soldiers in Topanga. Still looking for that Coney guy in Topanga. He's slick, that dude. That Coney, he's got good footwork. This is why they never caught Coney. Did you see that? That was fucked up. I think it's fucked up when people try not to sound racist by being like, I don't care what color you are, white, blue, purple, yellow. Blue, it's like, Grandma, you're saying every color except black and brown. Seriously though, I would be pissed if my daughter brought home a purple guy. I'd be like, he's sick, get him to a hospital, Alright guys, I've been Tyler, thank you so much, that's my time, love you guys.
Tyler Bauer, everybody, by James Tyler Bauer. Tyler Bauer said that Japan is optimistic. He also brought up hentai. I would like to say Japan is octopomistic. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I was so nervous I wouldn't pronounce that right. Tyler brought up Job. I'll tell you my favorite story from the Bible real quick. Does anyone in the room know what Odinism is? All right, no one else hit puberty in Catholic school. Odinism is why you're not allowed to masturbate. The story of Odin is Odin had a brother, and his brother got married to a woman, and then he died. His brother died, right? And back in Bible times, if a woman was married and she didn't have children and her husband died, she was spent. It was off to the streets with her, and God in his merciful nature says to Odin, hey, do me a solid, go fuck your brother's wife, give her a kid. Because that way someone will take care of her. And he's like, I don't know about that, God. I feel a little weird about fucking my brother's wife. And God's like, just do it. And he goes and he lays with his wife, his brother's wife, his dead brother's wife, and he's about to finish, and he spills his seed upon the floor, is what the Bible says. And God talks to him the next day and says, hey, that is not what I said. Bad Odin, don't do that. Put it in her. And he says, I'm sorry, God. Next time I will bless her womb with my seed. And the next night comes around, and he lies with his dead brother's wife once again. And at the end, he's like, "Oh, it's so disrespectful to my dead brother's memory." And he comes on the ground. And the next day, God is like, "Hey, we fucking had this conversation, dude. I told you to nut in your dead brother's wife. You get back in there tonight, and you fucking nut in your dead brother's wife." So the third night comes around, and Odin, his dead brother's wife, and they have woo, and at the end he's like, I'm so uncomfortable, and he nuts on the ground, and God kills him. In a Catholic school, they say, and that's why God doesn't want you to masturbate, because wasting your seed is a sin. And I think a much more realistic reading of that story is, if God tells you to do something 3 times, just do it. Just do what God said 3 times. And that's my favorite Bible story. I'm sorry, Zoe. I know your boyfriend's into reading Hindu sex books, but there's another book that's just as good. All right, we're down to our final 2 comics of the night. Oh, once again, Danny preempted by the Bible. But your next comic, never has there been a deli manager so respected as your next comic. Everybody put your hands together for the Prince of Sliced Meats. It's Danny McCabe.
I have to wonder if Jacob mentioned that Bible story because I was up next. Makes you think, right? I just got back from a trip. I stayed in a hotel. Do you guys like it when you stay in hotels? Yeah. It's nice, right? But it's only nice because you're not the one cleaning it, Like, have you ever seen one of those Dateline reports, and it's just oh, never shine a blue light in a hotel, because there's going to be cum everywhere. Yeah, and that's the thing is oh, this place looks so clean, and then when I came back home from the hotel, I realized I didn't clean my own room, and it's dirty, and you know how that feeling goes. You can get kind of depressed, right? You're thinking to yourself well, damn, I just stayed in this nice place, and now, I have to come back to this, pigsty or whatever. But then I thought to myself, it's there's not that much cum in here, I think there's something really weird about how it's so clean, but, it's covered in cum. But then, my own shit, hand on the Bible, guys. You put a blue light in my bedroom, I will allow you to do it. There's gonna be minimal cum. Just don't look in my trash can. Fuck yeah. Quiet, piggy. That's what I say when I'm trying to get myself out of negative talk in the mirror. It's not working well. I'm halfway there. No, I'm just kidding. That's something that Donald Trump said to a reporter. I think that is wild. It is also wild that it's a legend now that he sucked a dick of someone named Bubba. That does kind of concern me, so I want to get it out there right now. I had the nickname growing up, Bubba, and I just want you all to know that as far as I am aware, Donald Trump did not suck my dick.
Nice.
Given I was in the Boy Scouts, and we did have a Scoutmaster named Scoutmaster T. Rump. They looked very similar, and he sucked my dick. Fuck yeah. Okay. Guys, I found out that there's like a really fucked up way you can eat food. You ever get like a bag of Skittles or like Sour Patch Kids or something, and then you like ethnically cleanse the flavor you like least? You know, it's like, strawberry, better get rid of all of them. Not for my perfect blue raspberry lemon lime society. But it doesn't matter in the end because you eat them too. The idea is that we need to stand against fascism, guys. All right, what else do I have here? Does anyone have an autistic superpower? What's your autistic superpower?
Being bad at conversation.
Okay. Like, does anyone have like a specific like type of knowledge that they have that like only someone on the spectrum might have, right? Movie quotes. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, that's me with like animal facts, right? And like I piss people off with it because I turn into like a real dickhead about it. And then like, you know, like I'll be put in social situations and, you know, like I get told because of like my fun facts, like, you know, it's like, Danny, you're scaring the hose. I'm not scaring the hose, I'm teaching the hose. All right, you know what? They get a fun fact with me. Okay, I don't know where I'm going with that one. My tastes seldom change. When I like something, I like it forever, guys. No thing is more true about this than porn. I first watched porn when I was 10 years old. I typed in naked big boobs.
Nice.
And that is still what I watch today. Thank you. Because if you type into a search engine, naked big boobs, you get a lot and a lot of porn.
Fuck yeah.
You don't need any of this stepmother fucking crap. Just look up big boobs. And if you're not straight, that's okay. Look up big other things. Like penis or vagina or... Do people like big vaginas?
Hell yeah.
Why didn't Sir Mix-a-Lot write a song about people who like big vaginas? Does it not roll off the tongue well? I like big vaginas and I cannot lie. Thank you for the silence. I think this is my problem, guys. I'm never gonna meet a right woman if I keep talking this way. I really do. I think I'm in trouble. You know? I mean, I don't even get the social cues, you know? Just like my friend here, like, you know, I can't, I have those bad social cues as well, you know? I go over to this girl's house, you know, she wants me to come over to watch a movie. Come over to her house, she pulls me in the door when she opens it, throws me down on the couch, gets on top of me, whispers in my ear, she says, "I'm gonna call you Daddy." I said, it's Danny. Daddy is my father. All right, guys, my name has been Danny McCabe. Thank y'all so much. Guys, I have a show coming up. I want to tell y'all my first ever show that I will be hosting. It is at Strange Ways Brewing, the West Creek one out in Goochland. It will be Thursday, December 4th at 7 p.m. Stephanie Moyer is on the show. We also have Jacob McFadden, our lovely host, who's on the show. And I would love to see every one of y'all there. Tickets are $10. See me after the show for more details.
Danny McCabe, everybody, keeping on for Danny McCabe. Golly gee willikers, guys. Danny McCabe, what a sad guy. What a sad person. Danny McCabe's standards are so low. He didn't say he'll never find the right woman. He said, I'll find a right woman. Danny's standards are so low, he's like, there's like 40 or 50 the ones out there for me. If she says yes, I'll say yes too. I mean, if I find a right woman, I'll be good. All right. We are down to our final comic of the evening. Your next, hey, don't brag. That doesn't even make sense, but just don't do it. Zoe. The Kama Sutra is a weird religious book with 120 different sex positions in it. The majority of them are completely impractical. And when he said he read it, he's lying, because it's mostly graphs. And then a little bit about meditation. It's important when you're fucking upside down in water to breathe correctly, I guess. But anyways, that's, you should look more at a guy's bookshelf when you go into his apartment, I guess, is what I'm telling you. Your next comic has never read a dirty book in his life. He only reads clean literature, approved literature. He only reads non-offensive literature. In fact, when he read Huckleberry Finn, they just called the guy Neighbor Jim. You're young enough, that might actually be true, actually. I don't know. Everybody put your hands together for Blake Carlson.
Yeah, I only read the Bible, where guys fuck their brothers' wives, but don't come inside them. No, they don't. I was actually reading the new sign downstairs. There's a new sign in the bathroom, only one person in the bathroom at a time. That's new. That's new, and it's a real fucking bummer, because now Keller can't show Zoe his favorite Coke spot in the city. This guy. Look at this guy. He's got a white sweater on. How on the nose can you be? Like, you are like the poster boy for poster boys. It's crazy. You're like if someone decoded my queer coding, I think. You're like, if we look similar enough, if we got in the same lineup, you would go to jail for some dirtbag thing I did, I think. Which is how squeaky clean you look. You make me look like a dirtbag, which is so hard to do. Because I'm everybody's little brother. I'm Blake, That's how I feel sometimes. When I talk to anyone older than me, I feel like they're my older sibling. I was talking to a comic at an open mic. He's 30, I'm 25. And I tell him that I'm afraid to die in a plane crash, and he goes, "You are so naive." Which is a really crazy thing to say. But I've always been, here's a new one. HBO Max took the David Lynch collection off their site. That's erasure, baby. Thank you, Tyler. All right, so, I don't know, I've always been small. I've always been a little tiny baby boy. Thank you, Stephanie, thank you. But when I was in high school, when I was 16 years old, I went to the doctor, and I found out I was in the 99th percentile for my height and my weight. Which, to break it down, means if you put me in a room with 99 other kids, I would be the only one who played Tiny Tim twice. Because I was a theater kid, thank you. Bit of a thespian. Me being a theater kid is why I won prom king in high school. And not because, thank you, but not because theater was cool, it was because there were so many of us. Because like all the popular kids, they had their cliques, but I had an ensemble. So all the theater kids, they voted for me, I became king, and all the band kids voted for their girl, she became prom queen. So it was like a political marriage of the two houses. And it was not like we didn't deserve to win. We both had very unique coming-of-age stories. Like she, in middle school, years earlier, she beat cancer, huge deal. And me, that year, I hit my growth spurts. We were both doing pretty well. But I mean, you should have, thank you. But honestly, you should have seen us 4 years earlier, okay? She was in wigs, I was in lifts. Her body couldn't stop growing, mine just wouldn't start. And look at us now. She's cancer-free, and I'm finally 5'5", so thank you. What? I don't know. But I was so small for so long that my parents thought about putting me on human growth hormone. Like, pumping me full of, hormones to make me big and strong. And I'm glad they didn't, because if they did, I'd probably still be playing Ultimate Frisbee. And I don't know how I feel about it. I'd probably be coaching by now. Not like this, like this! Here's my impression of a guy at the altar who's gonna Munchausen by proxy his wife. In sickness and in what? That's a quick one. If I were to go back in time, well, Keller, if you were to go back in time, where would you go?
Australia.
Okay, let me rephrase. When would you go?
I'd go when I was 18.
You just go spring break in Australia at 18 years old. Those must have been the days. Just me and the boys cracking open a cold one. They say crikey over there. It's hilarious. I would go back in time to the Industrial Revolution. Hang out with those child workers. Oh, okay. You didn't understand the question? Okay. I said if you could go back in time, when would... I said, okay, never mind. I fucked up. Okay, let's try this one more time. If you could go back in time, if you had a time machine, a la Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, when and where would you go?
Prime Monica Lewinsky.
Prime Monica Lewinsky, okay. Keller wants a piece.
Oh yeah, you know I do.
Okay, and you would be a great, I think, administrative assistant. And well, you would also have to suck Bill Clinton's dick, too, if you were there. You can't get a piece of Monica without giving a piece to Bill, I think. That's probably pretty clear. You would be under the desk with her, taking turns. Tagging each other in when you just were out of breath. I would go back in time to the Industrial Revolution and hang out with those child workers. Thank you. I don't know. I bet they could spin a yarn, you know? Like, you don't lose that many limbs without a couple funny stories, I think. Like, those old factors had to be slapsticky up the wazoo. Just like, yeah, me and Matthew were on the line, right? And he loses an arm, and then Jebediah loses a leg, right? Okay? And then Adam loses an arm, and by the end of our 18-hour shift on the assembly line, we put together a whole new poison. We named him Chevy. All right. Fuck you guys, that was good. My name is Blake Carlson. Give it up for your host, Jacob McFadden.
Blake Carlson, everybody. And, you know, give it up for Keller. At least he's beautiful, right? I like that Blake came up here and said that Keller was so handsome he made Blake look shady. Like, Blake doesn't look like a dude selling Molly at a Limp Bizkit concert in Aspen. Blake makes David Spade look trustworthy. He looks like a guy at a party going like, Norwegian girls are most sexy. You're a fucking little creep, dude. Keller, I'll turn on you. Relax, okay? You're handsome, but you're not a thinker. Just, I'm curious, when do you think is peak Monica Lewinsky? Because you have to understand, I learned what a blowjob was from Monica Lewinsky, so I have a pretty good timeline of Monica Lewinsky. Go ahead, give me, and by the way, the answer we want is a number.
We'll go 85.
What?
85? Keller, you are really not, you know, should have been like 9. She's famous for being a 20-year-old that sucked the president's dick in the 90s.
He knows what he said.
All right, you know what? You're right. Peak Monica Lewinsky. Before she got all into dick sucking and handbags. You know, when she was just dreaming of ending up with a rich man in a big house one day. All right, guys, what a show. Let me check the time. Oh my goodness, it's exactly 11 o'clock. Everybody, this has been Comedy for Home Sweet Home. Thank you very much for coming out. We will see you again in December. Thank you very much. Good night. Goodbye.